Welcome. Today we're going to discuss the technique glancing salute, its execution, some of the problems that arise through its execution, and ways to compensate or fix those problems. So the first thing we're going to talk about is our environment. This technique, the ideal face, is doing a closed environment concept, which means we're going to be forced to step forward, but keep in mind that this technique would work if you had an open environment and you decided to step back, doing the exact same technique. But we're going to stick to the ideal face and we're going to be moving forward. So before we begin, let's talk about the attack. We are both in a non-ready position. My opponent is going to step in with a right crossbody push to my high zone. This could either go to the chest or the shoulder. So as he begins to step forward, I want to counter pin, and as I begin to pin, I'm going to step in with my elbow strike. Now I want to strike his elbow, but one of the problems that happens here is we strike towards 3 o'clock on the clock, 12, 3, 6, 9, so we're going towards 3. The problem with that is I'm beginning to orbit him and I'm losing all my targets that I'm going to be hitting. So a way to compensate for that is I want to strike upward. This will cancel his height, width, and depth and keep him where I want him to be. So the next part of this will be when we press down to do the heel pump. Keep in mind, you want to go straight towards the opponent. You don't want to start in orbit, have weapons back to reorbit back to you. So at the same time that we do this forward, we want to make sure that we're doing our heel pump forward. This is all done simultaneously to get the borrowed force from your movement of the push down. Now keep in mind that we are in the middle of a fight. We haven't really done anything to our opponent, so he could very well still be fighting. If I unanchor my elbow and deliver this heel pump, he could easily duck and start striking me. I'm keeping a big open area. So the way to compensate for this is keep your elbow anchored as you begin to do the strike. So if he tries to duck underneath, he's going to walk into an elbow. If he is throwing an uppercut, your zone's being covered. So one more time, as he begins to push, we go up, down, elbow anchored, and I'm hitting. Now remember, the technique's called glancing salute, but we're not actually glancing. We want to make this a major. This is a strike. I want to hit him, then grab. So try not to glance. This is another thing that happens here where we're doing the execution, where we just go for the grab and we completely forget about the heel pump. So as he steps in, we hit, and we hit. This is a major, then we grab. So let's talk about what's happening next. Next is going to be our knee and our elbow. Now keep in mind, anytime we do knees and elbows, we do want a compact unit. That means my foot is as close as I can to my body, my hand is as close as I can to my chest, keeping everything tight, toes pointing down when I do the knee. Now there's two ways I can deliver the knee. I can do it straight forward, or I can come up at a 45 like an uppercut. You're going to get different results depending on which one you do. If I go straight forward, this is going to send him back farther, but it won't bend him down as much. I want to come up at a 45, send him back, but it'll also bend him down the most to bring his head down. So depending on your height or your opponent's height and what you want to hit, depends on which knee you're going to want to execute. So going from there, we get the hit, we grab. I'm going to do an upward knee. I want to hit him in the head. Talk about some of the things that can go wrong there. So as I hit him, his head comes down. One of the things you want to keep in mind here while you do the elbow is teeth. Teeth are very sharp. They can hurt your elbow. Or if he ducks all the way, the crown of the head, I don't want to hit either one of those. We want to go right for the meat, for the nose, the fulcrum. That's where we want to hit if you're going to the head. So as we hit, remember, major with the heel pump, grab, pull him into this, cock this weapon. So at the same time that I'm delivering the knee, I want to cock my hand. A lot of the times we keep contact with the grab, and then we deliver this elbow with no power. It's got no path of travel. So remember, cock the weapon, then deliver the elbow. So the last thing we're going to discuss is the actual elbow itself. I'm going to go for the body now so you can see. A lot of the times we end up landing and rotating to hit with this elbow, and again, we start doing a glance. Don't take the name of the technique literal. We don't want to glance, we want to hit. We want everything to be a major, you want to think forward. Everything should go forward. So we'll do the technique one more time. Closed environment concept, we're going to step forward, pin the hand, up with the elbow, not straight across. Down as I hit, don't reorbit this hand, don't unanchor the elbow. Remember, you're in a fight. Major as I strike, then I grab, compact unit as I knee and elbow, cock the hand as I do this, forward as I hit to the head or the body. Remember, no teeth or crown of the head. A little bit quicker. I hope this video has helped you. Thank you very much.